Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another episode of Gear and Beer, where we talk about adventure, motorcycle, and camping gear, all while enjoying a beer together. Today's episode, we're talking about air mattresses, and I'm gonna show you some ones from small, compact, and lightweight, up to a little bit bigger and luxurious. So when it comes to air mattresses, there are a ton of options out there. This video is not sponsored by anybody, but I'm gonna show you 4 air mattresses that I've tried over the years, some of the things I've really liked about the ones that I've tried, and some things that I don't like about them. So hopefully next time when you go out on your next adventure or you're looking to buy an air mattress, you'll be well educated. Stay tuned, let's get into it. Okay guys, first things first, we're gonna talk about the beer. I have a nice IPA here in my Yeti koozie. It's about 85 degrees here today, really humid, and I'm welcoming it because it's been unseasonably cool these last few weeks, and finally we're getting some warm weather. In my koozie here, from Woodland Empire, get it to focus. From Woodland Empire, we have the Big Sticky. Woodland Empire is out of Boise, Idaho. They make a lot of really good beers, and once again with this one I kind of just got hooked on the label. When it comes to beers that you've never tried before, let's be real honest, the label is what sells it. So we're gonna go ahead and crack this one open. This is a red IPA. I've never had it before and I'm pretty excited about it, and that label is just classic. So Big Sticky from Woodland Empire. Let's go ahead and crack it open and try it out. So also real quick, none of these videos are sponsored by any beer, and they're damn sure not sponsored by Yeti. If anybody's out there and they have a hookup with Yeti, bring it on. But I'm not expecting that at all. But anyway, this koozie from Yeti, I got this for my birthday for my wife a while back, and it's awesome. It'll keep a beer longer than what you need it to, because it's usually gone by the time it's ever even close to being warm. But the only downside is it's pretty heavy. So when you crack it open and you drink it, by the time you get to the bottom, you think that you're done with, you think you have beer left, and then it's a freaking joke that the thing tricks you. So we're gonna go ahead and try this beer out. Again, it's a red IPA. Now that's good. So I'm not sure if you've ever tried a red IPA or you are even a fan of IPAs. If you're not, I'm sorry. If you've watched this channel long enough, you know that IPAs are my favorite. Red IPAs are good because they're actually a little bit maltier than what your traditional IPA is. IPAs are known for being really bitter and having a lot of hops in them. This red IPA, it is a little hoppy, but it has a little bit of or actually a lot of it, if that's a word, of malt flavor to it. So it's almost like an amber. I'm not a beer expert by any means, so if you guys are sitting there and you're cringing in your chairs right now, just hit me in the comments below and let me know what I'm doing wrong here. But this is just my personal preference, and also some of the aromas and the flavors that I'm getting out of this. Anyway, enough said about the beer. I'm trying to talk a little bit more about the beer because a lot of you guys are like, hey, your beer and gear reviews are great, but you never talk about the beer. So I'm talking about the beer a little bit more, but let's get into these air mattress reviews here. Okay guys, when it comes to air mattresses, one of the most important things for me is just being comfortable. When you're on a trip for multiple days and you're gonna plan on camping every single day, the most important thing to me is just being comfortable at night when you go to bed. So I've got 4 air mattresses here, and again, you can see they range from really small and compact up to just a little bit bigger. So the Cabela's XPG version, this is one of the first air mattresses I ever purchased. And it is actually, I'm pretty confident, and correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody knows for sure, but I think it's actually made by Climate. The valves are identical. The way that it looks compared to a lot of their other products, it looks identical. And I know that Cabela's actually has other companies make a lot of their XPG brand gear. So I could be wrong, but I'm pretty positive it's made by Climate. Anyway, this is a very lightweight, again, very compact air mattress. It's not very wide for people who have wide or broad shoulders, and it's probably not the best for side sleepers, but it is a fairly comfortable air mattress. and it is at the lowest price point. I think when I picked this one up, it was around $70, and or maybe even lower, maybe even closer to 50. I'll look at it and I'll leave a link below and see what the actual price is now, and so you have an idea what it cost. But this was by far the cheapest air mattress that I've purchased. So after editing this video, I noticed that the Cabela's XPG brand has been rebranded to now a Cabela's Instinct brand, which is a little bit disappointing because it is virtually the same exact product, and they have raised their prices on it. So just a little bit disappointing. Just to let you know, this is kind of the case now. So if you search XPG, you will no longer find that air mattress. I'll blow all these up here shortly and show you a size comparison, but just wanted to show you what the pack size is first. Next, we have the Static V Luxe. This is probably my favorite air mattress, the one I've actually used the most. Again, very lightweight. It's a little bit bigger, but it's actually skinnier than the XPG, the Cabela's XPG. This is a unique air mattress because it does have the V shape in it, and you'll see that when I blow it up. But again, very lightweight and compact. It's about the size of a Nalgene bottle. These two are non-insulated air mattresses. These are great for summertime, and again, just being lightweight. The one up from this is my Thermarest NeoAir. Now this is, up until I purchased the Big Agnes, this was my first insulated air mattress, and it was by far the most expensive one I had ever purchased. It does pack down pretty light, about the same size as the Static V as far as size, the height goes. It is a little bit more bulky because it is insulated, but it's actually lighter than what the Static V is. So not by much. I could weigh all these out, and maybe what I'll do is you'll see my weight in both pounds and kilograms of what these weigh as we go through here, and I'll leave those down below. You'll see them. But this one's nice. My only con with this one is that it's a mummy shape, and I seem to roll off of it quite a bit, and it is very, very loud. It's one of those ones where I worry about at night when I'm moving around that my riding buddy can hear me moving all night. So it's just one of those ones that it's louder than what you would expect. It almost sounds like you're rolling around on tinfoil. And then I have the Big Agnes Q-Core Deluxe. Now, I just purchased this mattress a few weeks ago. It is by far the most comfortable and the thickest air mattress I have ever owned. As you can see, it does pack down quite a bit bigger than the other air mattresses. It's not real heavy. It's just really bulky. It is insulated, but this one is I think 4.5 inches thick on the outsides and 3.5 inches thick in the middle. They do that to keep you from rolling off of it at night, but this is 30 inches wide by 78 inches long. This thing is massive, but it is by far their most comfortable air mattress for camping that I've ever slept on. But the downside again is that it does not pack down as small as these other ones do. But you know, I think when it comes to longer trips, I'm gonna be happier with this one because I will sleep better at night, hopefully. So I'm gonna go ahead and blow these up, and I will lay them all out next to each other. That way you can kind of compare the size, and we'll show you the differences. So real quick, one thing I do want to show you. This is a Thermarest inflation sack. It's also kind of a stuff sack. This does not come with the Thermarest mattress, the NeoAir mattress, but it is their NeoAir inflation sack. Now, this is pretty cool because it works with other air mattresses too, but let me just demonstrate real quick. It's got this clear little valve on it, and then the mouthpiece goes inside there to where you're not having to blow it up with your mouth. So you just unscrew it, push your valve in, and all you really do is just kind of let it hang, or maybe give it a gentle little blow in there, and it blows up your air mattress. Now, the really cool thing about this is, one, you're not getting lightheaded when you're blowing this up, especially at altitude. And two, you're not putting any moisture inside your air mattress, so you don't have to worry about any kind of mold or any kind of bacteria growing inside there. This one usually takes about 3, maybe 4, 4.5 full inflation sacks, but it blows up the air mattress really fast. And again, this works on all the other air mattresses I own here except for the Coeur. It has its own special inflation sack that actually comes with it. So here's something funny. I had mentioned that the Cabela's XPG air mattress I thought was made by Climate. I had never noticed this or really never looked, but the bite valve, see if it'll focus. The bite valve says Climate on it. That pretty much answers my question. I was right. So you can see here I've got all 4 air mattresses laid out from basically smallest to largest, just like I had them laid out earlier. At the bottom of the screen, as I talk about each one of these, I will show the specs for all of these. That way you know an idea of the thickness and the weight and all that good stuff. So starting with the orange Cabela's XPS, or we can now call it the Climate air mattress. This is by far the smallest and the lightest of all of these, but in my opinion, it's just not as comfortable as any of the other options here. You can see it's fairly narrow. It's not really long. I'm only 5'8", so it works for me because I'm a short guy. But as far as width goes, my arms kind of hang off of it. And I'll show you that here. It's just, when it comes down to it, I am on a slight incline here, but when it comes down to it, it's just not the lightest, or I'm sorry, the most comfortable of all of these. See, my arms kind of hang off the sides. The cool thing about it is, with these bubbles, it does actually keep you off the ground when you're laying on it. So you don't, when you're laying down, you don't feel the ground. Now, sitting on it like this, I can feel the ground. And then as far as side sleeping goes, if you're a side sleeper, depending on where you put yourself, you might feel the ground throughout the night. It's just not the greatest for side sleepers. But again, it is also the cheapest of all 4 of these mats. So, you know, you kind of get what you pay for. Let's move on. Well, actually, we'll get this one out of the way a little bit. And let's move on to the Climate Static V. Again, this is pretty much one of my favorite air mattresses up until I purchased the Big Agnes. It's got this really nice V pattern here. And it's really unique because when you lay on it, it really distributes your weight throughout the air mattress and almost like separates your vertebrae and kind of just releases all that tension. It's a very good air mattress for sleeping on your back. It is 30 inches wide. I can't remember the length again. The measurements will be right here. And again, when laying on it, my arms don't hang off the sides. It is a very wide and comfortable air mattress. This, again, one of my favorites. It's not insulated, which is kind of a downer, but with a nice sleeping bag, a lot of times it doesn't really matter, I guess. For side sleepers, again, it does a really good job because it does have these V's here, and it does keep you off the ground pretty well. I will mention that neither one of these, or actually any of these 3, have any adjustability. Once you get it blown up and you're on the air mattress, if it's too firm or not firm enough, there really isn't an easy way to add air to it without basically just having to take your mouth, blow air in, or open the valve and really quick let air out before getting it too light or too soft, excuse me. So those are kind of cons with these 3, but again, this is a great air mattress, and on a budget, I think, I want to say this one's right around $100. Again, I'll have that information right here below, but again, one of my favorite air mattresses, packs up pretty light, pretty compact, about the size of an Nalgene bottle. One thing unique about this one too is it has 2 valves on it. And really what that's for is, since it does have this V pattern, when you're rolling it up, it allows you to get all the air out of it instead of having to kind of push the air back and forth trying to get it out of there. So the Static V Luxe is, again, one of my favorites, next to the new Big Agnes. And like I said, I've already mentioned that is my favorite air mattress. As far as insulation goes, this was my first, the NeoAir was my first insulated air mattress, and you can see it kind of has this mummy shape. It's definitely not as wide as the Static V, maybe 4 inches. So this one's maybe a 25 or 26 inches wide. And again, the specs will be down below, but I do like this air mattress, but just listen to when I get on it. You hear this crinkly sound all night when you turn over, and it's not pleasant. And again, because it's not as wide as the others, your arms can kind of tend to fall off. And not to mention, when you sleep on your side, since the baffles are in it the way they are, my shoulder tends to touch the ground sometimes. And you just feel as if it's not as supportive as, say, like this air mattress here. Now, because it's not as comfortable in my opinion as what this one is, I do kind of toss and turn on this one quite a bit. And again, because of that, it makes a lot of noise at night, and it's just not that pleasant to sleep on, in my opinion. Some people really love this air mattress because it is very lightweight, it's packable, and it is really warm as far as the R value goes. It's got it's a solid 3-season air mattress, and Thermarest has been making air mattresses forever, really, when it comes down to it. So it's not like they don't know what they're doing, and they make great products. But as I said, it just, the crinkly noise just kind of takes it away. I will also say I've had these two for probably 6 or 7 years. I've had this one for 4 years, and I've never had an issue whatsoever with leaking or anything like that. So none of the valves leak. I know some people don't like Climate mattresses because they have problems with the valves, but again, I've never had any issues with the valves on the Climate air mattresses, so I just haven't had that problem. Now we'll take this NeoAir and I'll show you. Again, 30 inches wide, 78 inches long. It is a nice air mattress. All of these air mattresses are about 2.5 to 3 inches thick. This one is a solid 3.5 inches thick and 4 to 4.5 inches wide on the outside. It is phenomenal. It is like sleeping on a twin bed in your house. Now again, I'll go ahead and crawl on it, and it's just comfortable. I don't really know how else to explain it. It's not loud. The material on it's plush. It's quiet. Your arms, again, don't hang off the sides. It does have that square form, so it doesn't pack down as small as some of the others, as you could see earlier when I showed you that. But as far as comfort level goes, it's just nice and plush. And it also has the highest R value of any of the other mattresses if you're looking for an insulated mattress. Now, I think the R value on this, well, again, right here, check it out. The R value is very high, higher than any other of this other mattress that I have here that's insulated, and definitely higher than the other two because there's virtually no R value for those as far as being insulated. So this Big Agnes is by far, this Q-Core Deluxe is by far my favorite. And now another thing I really like about it is to blow it up, you have the in and you have an out. The in has this little check valve, and you can let air out that way, or you can just put your mouth on it and blow it up. The Big Agnes also comes with this inflation sack. So that's one thing about the Big Agnes. It comes with an inflation sack versus the others do not. But I will say this inflation sack isn't the best. They do make others for blowing up your air mattress that are a little bit bigger. It took me, I think, 12 inflations of this to blow up this air mattress. As far as material goes on all of these, like I said, they're all very durable. This seems to have the thickest material of them all. I'm a little bit worried about the NeoAir because it seems to me to be the thinnest of materials of them all. And then the Static V and the this Cabela's here, they all have about the same thickness. So as far as comparing the size, you can see that the Coeur is just a little bit longer. The Big Agnes is a little bit longer than what the Static V is. You have your Cabela's air mattress here. It's just a tiny bit shorter than that one. And then you have your NeoAir, which is just a little bit longer. Actually, it's about the same width as the Coeur, or length as the Coeur, but it's very narrow here at the bottom, and many times I've woke up with my feet kind of dangling off the sides. To get these really in perspective, let's get them largest to smallest here. So again, not a huge difference in all of these, but there's enough difference that it's noticeable, especially on longer trips. So when it comes down to it, which one of these is right for you? It really depends on your budget, your comfort level, how you sleep, what you're looking for in an air mattress as far as packability goes. If I could suggest one mattress to carry with you on every trip, if you have the room, go with the Coeur. It is the most comfortable air mattress that I have ever used on any trip or anything like that. And when it comes down to trying to camp for multiple nights in a row, that eventually starts to kind of wear on you. So like I have the Idaho BDR coming up in July, and we're gonna do 10 nights of camping, maybe 9 if we stay at Bergdorf if it's open. But that much camping in a row, when you're riding all day, if it's warm outside, all of that can kind of wear on you. So to be comfortable, the Coeur, hands down for me, is just the most comfortable, and it's not that much bigger than the others. All right, guys, so that's pretty much it. If you have any questions about any of these air mattresses back here, please hit me in the comments below. Let me know what your questions are, and I'll answer them to the best I can. I love talking to you guys and answering all your questions. And lately, thank you so much for all the love you guys have given me lately. Again, my channel has gone from like around 2,500 subscribers, and we're almost at 10,000 now. So let's really share these videos, push them up. Let's see if we can get over 10,000. That was pretty much my goal for the year, and we're almost there after only about 2.5 months. So thank you guys so freaking much for that. If you haven't yet, like this video, hit that subscribe button down in the corner, and make sure to hit that bell icon. That way you know when videos like this are released. And again, if you have any questions about these air mattresses or any other riding gear you see in any other of my videos, definitely hit me in the comments below. Also, guys, let me know what you'd like to see in these next gear and beer videos. These videos are for you guys. It's for me to go through and give you my experiences and what I've kind of learned through my time in as far as adventure riding goes, and with all the gear that I've used over the years. So let me help you by just giving you as much information as possible. So in the comments, let me know what you would like to see. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video. We'll see you next time. Cheers.